Hey, John Cruz here, and I've got a situation for you. We're here in the fall. Water temperatures are cooling down into the 70s, and this deal will go on all the way into the 60s, and we're talking about schooling bass. Bass, especially in a deep, clear lakes, they really get to schooling. Those fish can be really tricky. I like to have a 1-2 punch, whether it's your buddy with you that has one and you got the other, or you've just got two different baits you're kind of alternating in between. I like to have a finesse swim bait and a walking topwater bait. A little finesse swim bait like this Missile Baits Shockwave 3.5. I've got it on a round Gamakatsu ball head jig. Really good 6-pound sunline. I like the light lines. You can cast it further, make real long casts with it. Put it on a 7-foot cash and spinning rod. That's kind of one setup that I like to have. The other setup is just a walk-in topwater bait. Always put it on braided line. I put it on 30-pound Sunline SX1 braid. It's a real smooth, you want a real smooth, supple braid, something that's going to cast really well. And I've put it on a 7-foot cash and medium heavy casting rod and a 6/4-to-1 bait casting reel, something that you can really throw a long ways to catch up with those fish and cover more water. So it can be really tough in the fall to get those fish to bite. Throwing right on top of the fish as they're schooling is probably the most important thing. So a lot of people, you want to wonder, should I wait until they start schooling, or should I just should I be fishing? I mean, there's no one steadfast rule. Sometimes it's better, you're better off to just sit there and wait until a fish comes up, or sometimes if you know kind of the general area that they're coming up, to just go ahead and fish in that area and take your chances that one's going to single out your bait and come up and try to blast on it. I feel like the topwater is a really good way to try to get those fish active, and then the swim bait is a really good area deal. Once you have that area located, is to throw back out through there and fish. And one other rule of thumb is if it's really slick and smooth surface like we have right here, topwater is really hard to beat. If you get a little bit of ripple on the water, that swim bait seems to be a little bit better. One other thing I like to do in the fall around these schooling fish is turn my Hydrowave on. I've got my speaker on my trolling motor down there. I've got it on schooling blitz. I like that setting. Turn it up, pretty decent volume. Kind of depends if we've got a lot of wind or no wind. The more wind, the louder I want it. So I feel like those fish kind of look up when they hear that schooling blitz playing. I feel like it gets them a little bit more active, and whenever the fish are more active, hopefully you get a few more bites.